Let's talk about
What
crypto.com.
a bogey.
I don't know.
I got
It's pretty
nothing.
good.
Par for the course
Thank
from
you.
Will there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are both
I don't play
terrible.
golf. Sorry, man.
If
You
there were
don't? I feel like
four
you're
of
pretty
us,
being a golf guy.
then okay.
I feel like I should be a golf guy, but anyway, no, I'm not. Anyway,
We're getting harassed
be.
by Control right now. They don't like our banter, guys. This is insulting. This is
They want us
so
to talk about the
insulting.
next
All right,
thing.
Will.
Will, let's go.
Fine.
You got it.
Okay, let's talk about crypto.com. Crypto.com obviously is a huge exchange, has its own token, also has the naming rights to the former Staples Center in Los Angeles, which is where the hated Los Angeles Lakers play. And they have just become the first hacking victim of 2022. They lost about $15 million worth of ETH, which is now being laundered through Tornado Cash, which is basically like a mixer online. So you put crypto in that is traceable, you pull it out, it's not traceable, and then you can go sell it and make off with your ill-gotten goods. Pretty big deal to have, one, crypto.com be the first hacking victim of the year, and two, $15 million is a sizable amount of money right after they named that naming rights with the Lakers. So they're kind of a known brand, especially with that Jason Bourne commercial they did a few weeks ago. They're a well-known brand and they suffered a hack. So it's going to be interesting to see what their PR moves are after this incident. Obviously, a lot of these exchanges have tons of money in the bank and they can make everyone who's trading on the account solvent just by taking out of their treasury or doing buybacks, things like of that nature. It's very common. But that doesn't mean that traders who are on the platform and were not affected or were affected are going to go back to the platform again. There's a lot of different exchanges out there, Binance, FTX, Kraken, and often we see after these hacks that traders go elsewhere. They feel that there's better security. I think that's one reason that Coinbase has always done so well. They've never really suffered a major breach of money. They've suffered other breaches where they've lost identity or other things like that, but they haven't lost a lot of users' money. So I'm interested to see what the fallout is from this, especially for a major player like Crypto.com. Zach, I want to throw it to you, get your thoughts on that. Obviously, pretty big deal to start off the year.
Well, first of all, there were several good nuggets from a diehard Denver basketball fan there about the Staples Center. So just want to shout you out. Maybe, you let us down on the golf puns, but you really came hard in the paint.
I got you where I'm good at it.
Thank you, Will. Appreciate that. That was good. That was solid. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I see this headline and I'm like, I get worried for like mixers, right? Because this is the headline that you always see. This is like, okay, exchange hacked, ill-gotten gains are in Tornado Cash right now as we speak.
They're in the mixer.
And say it for they're in the mixer. You can do it for the Bitcoin stuff, you can do it for the Ethereum stuff, different services, but this is the headline that we see as it relates to like online privacy when it comes to crypto transactions. So I think first of all, like that to me is what this story is about. It's like it's par for the course. It's also troubling for privacy advocates who want to say, hey, like these services aren't necessarily criminal, right? Privacy is a right. It's something that we are entitled to, even though some people use them for nefarious ends. So that to me is like what this story is about, probably more so than the centralized exchange race, though there's certainly like a dynamic there that's big about this. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw
the Matrix glitch.
You gotta be professional. Overlook it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone is after us. Okay, so I don't know. That's the thing to me.
Shut them down.
That's the thing to me that stands out, and I'm actually very curious for like Naomi's thoughts here, because I think we do see these things being increasingly linked in the crypto space, like these mixing services and like criminal stuff. So what's like, Naomi, what's the bull case for mixing services that sort of can counteract this emerging narrative around what these things do?
The bull case is that if it's decentralized enough, there's nothing anyone can do to shut them down. So it's interesting. You have cases in the past where, Best Mixer was raided by EU authorities. Helix was shut down by the FBI. There are a lot of mixers out there that have centrally run and controlled servers where governments can target them. I think that this article, it made a statement that I think was backwards. It says, one say that these mixer protocols are used to protect privacy. They often are also used to launder proceeds of organized crime. we need to flip that. These mixing tools are often used to, launder crime, but they're also used by innocent people. So I think that's a reminder to us that these are neutral protocols. Any technology is neutral and people can use it for bad or good. It doesn't mean we target the protocol. So we need to get away from the narrative of painting this like, oh, it's also used by bad people. It's like, right. It's also used by good people, innocent people. And let's stop taking away tools from these people who've done nothing wrong. And the technology itself didn't do anything wrong. It's neutral. So I think that it's really just going to push developers of these tools towards a more decentralized front, which is great, because the more decentralized we make this space, the more robust it is. That's why Bitcoin was created. It was the first money that couldn't be shut down. It was the first money that was alternative to government fiat, that was sovereign, that couldn't be, the server couldn't be unplugged, the CEO couldn't be thrown in jail, it couldn't be stopped. And that was what made it so powerful. So once we start to see these DEXs that are truly decentralized, once we start to see these mixers that are truly decentralized, and there are very few, like if you look under the hood of even the decentralized ones, there's a lot of centralized infrastructure there. I think that we really need to keep evolving in that space. But once we get there, this stuff is unstoppable. And it is bad. We don't like bad guys. We don't like people who use this stuff for bad, but we also really like individuals being able to make their own choices and innocent people being able to live their lives without having to live it according to what the government thinks the bad people are going to do. That's not how society should work. So I think it's a really interesting story. I agree with you, Zach, that this is the main part of this story, that I think the coming narrative, like government is increasingly cracking down. You had Amir Taki release this big manifesto that talks about this coming RegFi versus DarkFi world, where there's so much regulation going to be coming down to the crypto space that it's going to make most of crypto toothless, and it's only the really decentralized protocols that will survive, and that's what's going to truly give us freedom. So interesting to see how that's going to play out